back at it again, episode 10. I'm with my guy Oscar.
Yes, bro.
Big producer from Leeds, up and coming. You might not have heard of him, but you would have heard some of his tracks actually through Trizzy 5 Star. He produces for him. He's produced for quite a few other artists from Leeds. He's doing Maya Craig. He's done work with Skins artists, which you won't have heard just yet, but it's coming soon. But yeah, we'll get into it.
Man.
So yeah, we'll start off like where it all began from. Like who are you? Like where are you from?
From Bramley. It's a tiny place in Leeds. It's just no one knows about it really. No one's come out of there yet. Pretty much like musically, where did I come from? It's interesting.
Yeah, so like just generally, but like, all right. So how did you get into, let's say, music then? What was the influence for you for music wise?
I mean, my whole family's into music. As far as like my great granddad, my mum and dad always played like different kind of music in my house. You know what I mean? I think that's where more like my style comes from. My mum was heavily into like rock music, like grunge and all that. Played a lot of Nirvana, like Foo Fighters, all that kind of thing. And then my dad was into like soul, hip hop music, all that kind of thing. Obviously that's the lane I went into. Played me a lot of like J Dilla, Dr. Dre, all that kind of thing. And then like as soon as I started delving into it, I found out about like trap music, and then that's where I just fell in love with it, and started making all that kind of thing.
See, that shows your age as well. Like trap music didn't come out for like it's been around recently, innit? But obviously, because you're from like a different generation to me, innit? So
it's different.
It's mad, innit? So like when you was growing up, and obviously your mum was playing you like the rock and roll type, Nirvana type stuff. Like, what made it a case where you didn't want to really go down that field of things?
I mean, I still love that kind of music, but there was just something about hip hop, like the way it's all just stripped back. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You could take the drums off a hip hop song and you can still listen to it, whereas you take the guitar out of a rock song, you can't listen to that how it is. You know what I'm saying, bro? So more like I just like just the whole creation and like where it come from and all that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sick.
Yeah, man.
So that was like basically your entrance into the music world, innit?
100%.
So like in terms of obviously, because you're a producer, so how did you get into production, the production side of things?
My dad bought me GarageBand, which is just like a low standard Logic, pretty much where everyone starts off. You know what I mean? I started making beats on there, like. But I started off making like random beats, like just like house beats, you know what I mean, just to get my head around it, like, because I love bassline and that as well, like back then. But yeah, I just got my head around it quickly, you know, for some reason, like I just found it easy for some reason, you know what I mean?
Clicked with you.
There weren't a lot of things that I was good at, but music I was very good at. Do you know what I mean? Just going straight into it.
And that's more of a family thing, isn't
it? 100%. Runs in the family, innit?
Blood, innit? That's sick.
But yeah.
So like, what age did you start doing music? Because obviously, if you're 16 now, you must have been mad young when you started.
As in, what way, like engineering out here, or?
Just anything. So like, in terms of like when you got GarageBand and stuff like that, and you first started going into.
Well, I got GarageBand at about 9, 10.
Yeah.
And that's where I fully started. And then hip hop, started making that about 11, 12 year old, like fully like remaking old school beats, like old Dr. Dre songs. Like Master Ace, don't know if you know about Master Ace, used to remake all his beats. You know about Master Ace? Yeah, that's what I know. My favourite, that album now, my favourite album. I remade that God knows how many times. And then as soon as I started finding out about like trappers in like Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne and all that, started making them kind of beats from there. And then noticed there were people in Leeds that needed producers in it. So I just thought, if I can do it, then I might as well, innit? Yeah.
Exactly, it makes sense. It makes sense. So obviously you're still in school at the moment. So what is it like for you balancing school life and obviously being an up and coming major producer?
Bro, school is a piss take. Okay, can I swear? Yeah.
School's
a piss take, bro. School's a piss take. I hate it. I mean, I think it's just because when I'm in school, I feel like I'm spending 6 hours here doing stuff I don't care about. In my eyes, I'm not gonna need. Whereas I could be sat in a studio for 6 hours, earning money, doing something I love, and like utilising my time properly in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like it just makes more sense.
Yeah, going towards your dream instead of like general education and stuff like that. Yeah. So like, obviously, because does that get in the way of obviously what you're doing sometimes?
What do you mean?
Like, so like, you know when you go in school and that, so let's say you get detention or stuff like that. How does that affect you in terms of obviously your time management for the production side of things?
I mean, My mum and dad hate it, but I prioritise music above everything. So if I get a DT, I'm not going to that DT.
Yeah.
I'm coming home and I'm going in the studio.
Yeah.
Swear down.
Nah,
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like just makes more sense to me. Like why would I? Do you know what I'm saying? Like kids would kill to be in my position, bro.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Be
so
able to do that.
to be able to do this, yeah, exactly, man. So.
So this is obviously the path for you, and that's where you're gonna take it. And
Nothing
obviously,
else.
from what I know and what I've seen in the background, it's gonna take you far. I already told you that from when I first met you.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
So like, what was your biggest inspirations when you first started, or even now? What was your biggest inspirations for the music?
That's a mad question. Probably like, as far as listening to music. Like a lot of old school rap really like put me in this position, you know what I mean? I'm understanding, like I used to listen to a lot of Biggie, a lot of Tupac, do you know what I mean, like your standard, but then I listen to a lot of people like Diggable Planets, like they're proper like conscious, positive, you know what I mean? And then
that's like in the same lane as like De La Soul and
like Tribe Called Quest and all that, like Far Side. So
see, your music knowledge is bad,
I know my shit for us.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like that's the music I love to make, you know what I'm saying? So, and then from there, like production wise for like the stuff I'm making now, my inspo is probably like Murder Beats. Love Murder Beats. 30 Rock just produced a box for Roddy Rich. His stuff's hard, bro. Like mad different as well. Like uses different stuff, you know what I mean? Like look up to him definitely. But not really many people I do look up to. I try not to listen to a lot of other people because I want to try to stay on my own lane, you know what I mean?
Have your own sound.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, off the back of that, how hard is it for you to create your own sound? Obviously, being around, like in a generation where music is so powerful, like you listen to music every single day. Like back in my time, it wasn't as accessible as it is now. So like, how is it hard to like obviously stay in your own lane and do your own thing, whereas it's not copying everyone else?
It's definitely hard because like everybody wants to hear what's current in it. Like if I'm about to go make a drill beat, my drill beat's gonna sound like bloody MK the Plug's drill beat, you know what I mean? Just because like that's what people want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like you've got to appeal to the market as much as wanting to stay individual, you know what I mean? So like it's difficult to stay in your own lane, but like I feel like you know what I mean? It's possible.
Yeah,
it's definitely possible.
100%. So like in terms of like obviously when you're making like let's say the drill beats and stuff, how do you differentiate your beat? Like what is your sound?
My sauce.
Sauce.
You know what it is? I just feel like I put more like feeling into my beats, you know what I mean? Because like usually I play my stuff in like people what do you call it, the sequence hi-hats in, like I'll play mine in, do you know what I mean? Like and I won't quantize it a lot of the time. So you'll have like that feel as if it's like natural, you know what I mean? And people that usually clock onto that, but you can tell the difference, you know what I mean? I like to do that sort of difference, isn't it?
So like for the people that didn't have a clue about what you just said, what does all that mean, like in terms of like quantizing and all that?
So quantizing is pretty much like putting it in time to like what the computer thinks is in time, you know what I mean? Whereas I like to do stuff how it sounds to the ear, you know what I mean? Like more natural, like I said, you know what I mean?
I see. So when you're doing it, instead of like syncing it into the computer, you just
if it sounds right to me, it sounds right, innit?
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much.
Best thing. So like, what made you start producing? Apart from obviously the family aspect of things, what was it that was just like, yo, I need to do this now?
Just the love of it, bro. Like just cause I love making music. Like, bro, there's recordings. Me and him were actually on about it earlier. There's recordings of me playing the drums at like 6 years old. Me going, yo, I'm Oscar. I'm 6 years old. This is my funky beat. Playing the drums, bro. I swear down. And then like, even like playing the piano, and I will sit down for like an hour or two, bro, just playing the piano because I love doing it. You know what I mean? At first I didn't even make beats with the idea of selling them. I didn't even know about selling beats till like last year, bro. I was late on that, me, I swear down. Even like studio time and engineering and that. But yeah, just because I love making music, bro, I swear down. 100%.
That's it. You see, that's what sets a lot of people apart from obviously just the normal people that are just doing it as like a day job or for money, innit?
Making peanuts.
Yeah, exactly, because you actually love doing it. You put in your time in it because you love to obviously do it, innit?
Yeah,
that's it. So like, what's the hardest part about producing for you?
probably staying individual, like we were just saying.
In British music,
Yeah,
you know, even got Afro beats and stuff, and then you got dance or reggae, all of that
big
stuff.
now, isn't it?
But like flipping heck, like how obviously it's hard to obviously keep in your own lane and not be influenced by those, but obviously you've got to still take influence from each and every one of them at the same time, innit?
Yeah,
so like, which one has, let's say, the biggest influence on your music so far?
I mean, I was making a lot of Afro beats like the past 6 months, innit? I was more on that wave, so like I was delving into like old, like my dad was putting me onto old school like reggae and that, do you know what I mean? So recently that was, but nowadays like I've been listening like, that's a hard question. Been listening to a lot of like old soul, to be honest with you. Like a lot also like Donna Hathaway, like even like D'Angelo and all that, bro, I swear down. So I just try and incorporate that old school feel, you know what I mean? But putting like trap beats on it, like drill beats, all that random stuff, you know what I mean? And just try to make something out like from there, really. You know what I mean?
That's hard.
Yeah,
like, even just talking to you now, it's mad, yeah, because obviously you're so young, but you know about all like the old school stuff that I was growing up in like the era of my era and stuff like that, and people before me. Because even like some people my age don't know who D'Angelo and people like that are, you get me?
It's mad.
It's mad, like how, obviously it's more family related and stuff, like the older heads playing you the music, but like, when it came to researching that type of music, how did you go about did you just listen to everything that you thought?
Yeah, pretty much. Like my dad would be like, alright, so when you go to sleep tonight, this is what he used to say, he goes, yo, put a Mos Def album on. He goes, you'll wake up, you love it, I swear down. So I'm like, alright, cool. So let's say I'd listen to a Mos Def album the next day, like I'd be like, yo, Dad, you know about Master Ace? I'd be like, of course not about Master Ace, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? One of them ones, bro. So like then he'd be like, alright, so you like that kind of stuff, go down there, like set avenues, you know what I'm saying? But then my dad has no clue about trap music, you know what I mean? My mum has no clue about trap music, so that kind of thing, that was all just me really, like just going to sleep listening to like the Carter album up to the newest one, do you know what I mean? And then just from there, like even like, but it's mad to you, innit, though, because like to me, like the older generations, like rappers like Migos and Gucci Mane, but when you were coming up, I bet that's like,
they're like new school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's mad.
Yeah, like for you, obviously, as a younger generation, and now that you got all the knowledge of the older stuff, like what effect, does it have when you play the music when you're going to sleep rather than playing it during the day? Because obviously, most of the stuff you said is that you listen to it when you're going to sleep.
I just feel like, that's a good question, you know. Like I feel like when I'm going to sleep, do you know what I mean? You're just more like, when you're on new ones, you're more relaxed. Like you just take it in more, like really, like as I like through the day, like that's when I like to be productive and making music. You know what I mean? So when I'm going to sleep, like that's when I'm really like, right, let me just like have some listening time now. You know what I mean? So it's just more about, it's more preference. It's not really a difference. It's more just what I prefer it when I'm relaxing. Right, you know what I mean?
Take it in better and hear the sounds.
100%.
Like, I understand that, because when I listen to music when I'm going to sleep, you hear different things, like especially now that you've got all these high quality headphones and stuff like that, you hear different sounds like you don't hear when you just play it normally. So I get what you mean with that.
Yeah, it's just like obviously like when you go to sleep as well, bro, like I'd be stressing about like dumb shit when I'm going to sleep. Me, so I just put my headphones and so I'm just relaxing, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like an escape route, So I think people don't really think about with music, innit? Can help you with a lot of shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because on that point, Chipmunk was saying the same thing on like his Twitter the other day. He was like,
oh yeah, like a little rant, innit?
Yeah. But it's like, hey, it's not a rant, but I'm just saying the real, innit? But like flipping, what he was saying is basically,
it was a rant.
Yeah, it definitely was a rant, innit? It's always a rant, innit? But like, he was basically saying that music was his escapism, and he used music when he was in the studio and he was making his tracks and that. He felt like he was free from like the world and a different planet and stuff like that. So like, when you're producing your beats, does that give you the same effect?
100%. 100%, bro. 1,000,000%.
So if you could put it into words, like living life general day to day, in comparison to when you're in the studio, making beats and chopping it up, like what is the main difference?
Bro, in the studio, I feel like it's been 5 minutes, it's been 4 hours. You know what I mean? Just making beats, like you don't even look at the time, bro. You come out here, when it's light, I leave when it's dark, 100%, and it just goes in a second, bro. So I don't. So it's just literally no stress. You don't think about anything else. You know what I mean? That's why I love it so much.
Yeah, that's
just it's a way out, innit? Yeah, man.
I like it. So, what in terms of like, let's say, obviously learning and practicing production and stuff like that. Like obviously you said you was playing drums at 6. You was playing the keyboard and stuff like that. Yeah. Like how was it for you learning those different instruments? Was it hard to learn, or did you pick it up quite easy because of obviously the people you had around you and that?
I feel like with the people I had around me, everyone was telling me the right things at a young age, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't sugarcoating it either, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, that sounds good, that. Like, if it were dead, I'd be like, no, that's shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Start again and try again.
You know what I mean? That's like, definitely the people I had around me helped with that, with learning. But more just about, like, I just persevered in it. Like, especially with making beats, like, bro, like, my year 8 summer, the 6 week off, bro. I was just making beats, bro, every single day. I didn't even go out. My mum and dad were like, yo, why are you going out? You've got friends, man. You know what I mean? It's summer. Go do something. I'm like, nah, I'm making beats, man. I'm making beats, you know what I mean?
But it's worked,
Gotta put the work in,
time. Yeah.
100%. It's cliche, but it's right.
No, 100%. Because obviously, if you the more you practice your craft, the better at your craft you're gonna be. And as you said, you started from about 6 years old. You're now 16. You're 10 years deep, pretty much.
True.
So you pretty much, like, in terms of like playing musical instruments and stuff, you're 10 years deep. You started producing, as you said, when you was like 11, 12. So you 5, 6 years in. Yeah. That's a long amount of time to be doing the same thing. So you've got a gist of it, well, more than a gist of it, as we can tell by the music that you heard. We'll obviously get some of these tracks to play during the piece, but like when I first heard some of your beats, I was like, rah, this guy's hard. And obviously Trizzy brought me here for the first session, and in fact it was Billy who showed me your beats first, because I had a meeting with her. Yeah, man. But yeah, she showed me the beats first, and I was like, nah, this kid's hard. And she's like, oh, he's 16. I'm like, huh? What? And I was like, the way that you do it on the spot and stuff, it's sick to watch, because I'm just sat there in the background. Obviously I'm not doing anything, but like when you're doing your thing, it's like, rah, this guy's chopped up a beat in literally 5-10 minutes and it sounds wavy, you get me? Yeah. So now you can see obviously the time that you put in, the effect that it's had on your work and stuff, isn't it? So what made you, instead of going into like the rapping or singing route, what made you go into production side? Like what was it that switch swapped? Yeah,
good question, because I thought about it. Might do a little bit of both as well on the down low, you know what I mean? But nah, just probably because just my ear for it, to be honest with you. Because like when I was listening to, like I say, like old like Master Ace albums, I was more bothered about what the music was doing more than like the rapping, you know what I'm saying? But like nowadays I do pay attention to like the lyrical content, but I prefer to listen to it instrumental than a cappella. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So like I just prefer like stripping stuff back, you know what I'm saying? Just like how it's built together, how the whole song's built, you know what I mean? Because it can't be a rap song without the beat in it. You know what I mean?
100%. So like, what are your favourite types of beats to listen? Like in terms of instrumentals, what is it that gets you? Like gets the creative juices going.
Oh, well, like, okay, so like probably like old D'Angelo instrumentals, like Brown Sugar, Voodoo, all that kind of thing. So all Erica Badu as well. Them instrumentals.
Wild. Like when you're saying this to me, I'm like, how does this guy know about all these tracks? That's sick.
But then like trap instrumentals, like type beats on YouTube, bro. I listen to type beats like the songs, mate. I swear now, like Lil Baby, Roddy Ricch type beats, bro. I love them. Yeah, like all that melodic, anything with a with a melody, like a good melody, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I look for in terms of music, because obviously that's why J. Cole's like one of my favourite artists ever. Yeah. Like I'd probably say he is my favourite artist. Like not recently, but I've clocked on that most of his beats are from like Erykah Badu's albums.
Oh yeah.
Like my favourite track, Too Deep for the Intro.
That
beat is fucking hard. Oh my, like what's your biggest challenge in terms of production side of things?
Probably inspiration and like how I'm feeling that day. Because if I'm having a bad day, like I'm not like, I'll either make a really angry or sad beat and then I'll just delete it after. So
you don't keep them?
Nah, sometimes I'll spend 3 hours on a beat, and if I really don't like it, I'll just be like, nah, there's no point keeping it. So asking me, get pissed off at me about it.
I could imagine, like, because obviously, like, for me, I'd just keep it just in case.
Just in
You
case.
never know what.
I mean, like, I'm just very hard on myself, innit?
Yeah.
But, like, I like to be that way because then I know, like, everything that I do put out there, like, I'm 100% happy with, 100% happy with, you know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
But, yeah, definitely, like, inspirations are, like, a problem, bro, 100%. Like, it, you know what I mean? I'd be lying if I said I could make a beat every day whenever I want, you know what I mean? It's just not how it is, bro.
Yeah. So what, like, in terms of when you do find the inspiration, what is it, like, that goes on during the day that makes you make, let's say, your best beats, or puts you in the mood to get you, like, going?
Probably, like, I don't know, like, I could be sat down having something to, like, I could be in Nando's with my girlfriend, I lay some beat and it'll be on, I'm like, yo, that's hard, what's that? Find out the name of it, come home, sample that, make a beat out of it. Or, like, I'll be in the car and my mum, she'll be playing something, I'll be like, yeah, I like that, you know what I mean? Go home and make a beat out of it, like, or in terms of, like, my own creation without sampling stuff, probably how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm in a good mood, bro, like, I'll go and make a beat, like, based off of how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I like to do it, bro. It's music, innit? It's very personal, innit?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. So, like, when, let's say, obviously, do you prefer to use more samples, or are you a case of you just run with whatever's on your head and you hear the music and you go with that? What do you prefer to do?
I prefer to sample. In fact, you know what? I can't really say because I enjoy doing both. Again, bro, it just depends on the day, how I'm feeling and all that.
It makes sense.
But like, it's a lot easier to run off a sample. It's definitely a lot easier.
Yeah, I think with the sample beats as well, they come out a lot. Like, for me, a lot better. Like, I like to hear a sample on a track.
Yeah, because as soon as you recognise it, it's like, it's comforting, and it's like, oh yeah, I heard that way back when, you know what I mean?
And then when you put, like, let's say the producer puts their own spin on it, it's like, that's it.
It's a good link from, like, my generation to your generation as well. Because if I sample a D'Angelo song, you'll be like, yo, that's mad, I remember that I was this kid making that, do you know what I mean, bro? So yeah, it's a good link, 100%.
But yeah, so like, in terms of now, obviously you've got your studio and stuff like that. How do you go about bookings and renting out the studio and stuff like? What is your thing for that?
Bro, I'm messy, me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just take each day as it comes. Like, usually I'll wake up on, like, any morning. Really, someone's texting me like, "Yo, can I come through today, bro?" That's just the way I do it, really. But like, let's say when I work with Skins, that was a planned thing because that was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Billy patterned that for me. So
shout out Billy.
Yeah, man. So she booked that for me. And then, like, with working with Maya, Billy's usually shouting me like, "Yo, make sure you're free on a so and so date to do that." You know what I mean? It's like, I'm still new to all this music stuff, bro. Like, I probably know 60% of it at the moment, like, as business wise. And like making sure, what's the word, like I go about everything properly, you know what I'm saying? Like, bookings and that. But yeah, it's difficult.
So
especially being young.
Would you say that's like your hardest,
my
biggest challenge in terms of this type of thing?
Yeah, definitely, bro.
So like, in terms of like when you're with the actual, let's say, client or the artist that you've got in the studio, what is the biggest thing for you? Like, what do you look for in terms of the artist that you work for, or are you open to work with anybody?
I'll work with anybody. I like to let the person be themselves, be comfortable. Like I work recently working with a singer called Megan. She's heavily like influenced by like Amy Winehouse, that kind of style. So me and her made a track. I'll play with it in a bit. Where I had the guitar running, it was kind of like an Amy Winehouse type sample. She just sang through that whole thing, and I just went back and put a trap beat on it. So then she's doing, so she's comfortable in what she was doing then, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm also putting my like flavour on it, you know what I mean?
Saucy.
You know what I mean? It's a bit different.
I get you.
But I like to just let people be themselves, innit, bro? Because if I were in a studio with somebody and they were like, "Yo, we're not doing trap today, bro, we're doing a classical song," I'd be pissed off. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't pay you for this.
You know what I mean, bro? I like to let people be themselves, man, make sure I'm comfortable, innit? That's what a good producer does, in my opinion.
Makes sense. It does make sense. It makes sense. So like, how do you go about? So do you? Obviously, you said you're open to work with anybody, but in terms of like selecting the people that actually come here and do that, do you actually do that, or do you not mind if anyone just rolls through? Or do you have like a preference of people?
At the moment, I'm kind of done with the whole. Don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it with the more like just the rap aspect. Like I've done.
You wanna branch
I
out.
feel like I've done too much of that nowadays. You know what I mean? Like I can do that. Like I could work with any rapper any time of the day and make a banger. Like 100%. Put my life on that, bro.
Yeah.
So I prefer working with people that are more like open to experiment. Like I love working with singers. I feel like I've got a good ear for like the melody aspect. Even people doing like the whole wave like style now, like how D-Block be doing it, like auto-tune and all that. I love working with that kind of thing because it's just different. You know what I mean? It's new, especially in Leeds.
Like Andrew's saying, so like obviously selecting people.
Yeah.
Like how's that run for you? So. So obviously you prefer to work with more singers and
more like different. Yeah.
Is that because like it's less?
That's not disrespect to anybody rapping. It's just more like, do you know what I mean?
It's your personal preference.
I've done that for like 2 years now. You know what I mean? I'd like to move on.
So do you think it's more open when you're working with singers rather than if you're working with a rapper? It's just more
creatively.
constricted, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's a lot more open because usually a singer can rap. Do you know what I'm saying? But not many rappers can sing.
Exactly.
So like, you know what I mean, bro? It's just more. Just better, man. Better vibes as well, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's different, innit?
It's always nice to hear a nice voice as well.
No, it's just like, I mean, if you'd have been doing, if you was listening to rap music, bro, for 2 years straight, completely doing it every day, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you'd be in a position where like, yo, no more.
Let me hear some singing shit.
But yo, if there's a hard rapper, like, but I'll work with him, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But like,
but you're more open to the singing side.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes sense, it makes sense. So like, in terms of obviously that aspect and the singing side of things, what would you say is the biggest challenge when working with a singer in comparison to a rapper?
Making sure that they're still comfortable and they still feel like they're being themselves in it. Yeah. Because like, I don't ever want to restrict somebody's creativity. You know what I mean? Like I like them to be able to feel like they're being themselves in it. So like if I'm working with let's say a gospel singer, like I will put them on some church piano chords, let them do the thing. Then when they leave, I'll put my trap beat on it, send them it, and then more time the gospel. They're like, no, I never thought I could do that. Whoa, you know what I mean? So like, just making sure people are being themselves in it. Really, people sometimes like if they feel like I'm pushing them a bit too out of their comfort zone, they don't like it, you know what I'm saying? But I never want to do that.
Have you ever had anyone like speak out and just be like, nah, I'm not doing this?
Oh yeah, I tell people, I'll be like, before we even start working, I'll be like, yo, at any point if you don't feel like this is right, just tell me. Because like I hate for somebody to be just sat there just being silent, being like, oh yeah, that sounds good, but not liking it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I can take it.
Like production wise, who are your biggest influences, I'd say?
Jay Dilla.
Yeah.
Easy.
That was a big shout out.
100%. Just cause like when he was making beats, like everybody was just doing simple like on beat, sampling old soul tunes, but Jay Dilla came out doing offbeat drums, sampling bloody video games, bro, sampling country music, random, do you know what I mean? Just weird stuff that people had never heard. And like just how individual he was, like I aspire to be at that level eventually, do you know what I mean? Just not sounding like anybody else, and just like I want people to hear an Oscar type beat, bro, and be like, yeah, he produced that without even noticing the tag or anything like that, do you know what I mean? That's where, do you know what I mean? I just love that about him. Do you know what I mean? Just mad.
Makes sense. So like, have you ever tried sample the Jay Dilla beat?
Many times. Can't do it though, really. It's hard to do, bro.
Different. But so, what is your goal in terms of like the music? What do you want to get out of it?
I mean, I just want to be an established artist, bro. Like a producer and an engineer all in one. I aspire to be like mad in it, bro. You see, like Jimmy Iovine with Interscope and that. That's the level I want to be at, but that's the level I will be at eventually. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want to say I'm just gonna be a producer. You know what I mean, bro? Like I might be a producer and drop an album in 5 years' time. You never know. Do you know what I mean?
That's the way that it's going though these days, isn't it?
I'm just really gonna let whatever happens, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just music in general.
I like it. But nah, you got some big goals there. You got some big goals, but it's better. Like the thing that I always say, it's better to have big goals than it is to have, let's say, realistic goals. Because when you have realistic goals, once you hit them, where do you go from there?
Exactly.
Like, if you've got such a big goal, like, even if you wasn't to hit that goal, the worst thing is that you're going to drop a stage lower, which is still higher than what you...
So my SST Nisha goes, I've got plan A, capital A, and then I've got a smaller plan A, no plan B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how, in terms of like life, that's how you've got to be, because when you have the plan B and plan C, you've always got something to fall back on, which you're going to concentrate on in the background rather than the main aim. Which is what you actually want to do, the dream that you want to aspire to.
Definitely. And
then obviously if you aim for the moon, if you miss the moon, you're going to fall into the stars, innit?
You know what it is, bro? To me, I just don't feel like I have a choice, really. And I don't want to give myself any other aspirations or ambitions, just because, like, I have my heart set on what I want to do, you get me, bro? I will do that eventually, whether I'm a 70-year-old with a record label, I'll get there eventually, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, I just feel like with the drive that I've got at the moment, obviously I'm only young in it, bro. That could change in 5 years' time. Hopefully not, God forbid, innit. But at the moment, if I carry on the way I'm going, bro, then you know what I mean. I should be hitting those goals soon, bro.
Exactly, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Who are your top 5 artists in the game right now? So when you're listening to music, who are the guys for you?
In Leeds or just in general?
General. Top 5.
Lil Baby.
Baby.
Love a little bit. I love
yeah,
Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch. Right now,
just like
this part in music.
Yeah, like alright, we'll go with this point in music first.
So Lil Baby, Roddy Ricch. Love to work with us too. Young Thug. Thug. D Block 100%. And damn, can't even think of the last one, you know. I'd say Drake, but everyone would say Drake.
It's what it is, isn't it?
I'd say Drake just because no matter what song we make, that is a hit, regardless. Regardless.
Anything that touches you is gold, isn't it? Like, whether you don't like it at the start, you'll learn to like it, you get me? It's not even a choice with him anymore.
People love to hate him, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so hard, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, with Drake, he's a bastard, really, because obviously he is, because obviously he puts these tracks out there and you're like, what the what is this? Like
5 minutes later, like, this
and
is
then you're
hard.
listening to it 2 more times and you're like, right, Drizzy, alright, yeah, my guy. Nah, but I get what you mean in terms of that, but like he's what's the word that I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word, but he's like, it's not confrontational, but he's like one of them people that obviously he'll put something out there to antagonize you.
Oh yeah.
And then you learn to like it slowly but surely after you've listened to it a couple of times. But that's a nice top 5 stuff.
You know what I mean?
So in terms of, let's say, all-star top 5 of all time, who's your top 5 people of all time?
Why? Cool, so J Dilla, even though it's not just an artist, you know what I'm saying? J Dilla.
Yeah, this could be like anything in music, so.
J Dilla. Luther Vandross, just kind of love my man.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, definitely. I'm gonna say Nirvana, because I love them as well. I love that kind of music too, innit? And Roddy Ricch, just because even though it's new school, like do you know what I mean? The first time I heard that Die Young song, I've never felt anything like it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just the bridge of everything I've always liked. You know what I mean? It's got the melody aspect with the hard trap drums. You know what I'm saying? It's bridged it together nicely.
Yeah. It's all of your preferences and all that one in it.
100%.
That's a nice top 5. It shows obviously your musical catalogue as well. So you've gone from back in the day artist to someone who's very recent to someone who's like in the middle and stuff like that. I like that. So in terms of like people that you aspire to work with, who are your top 5 people that you'd want to work with? Like, so it could be singers,
do you watch
rappers.
Peak, bro? My 2 aspirations, like I really wanted to work with Juice WRLD and Triple X, but then when I died, innit?
Well, but in that same sentiment, even though they've died, you can still work with them. You just have to get the right signed off and things like that. But who knows? You may go to America Wink, wink. I know someone's got some plans to go to America, but you may go to America and you may meet one of their producers who's got an unwritten sample of, let's say, their lyrics. It might flow with
I would
your
pay
beats,
good
you get
money
me?
just to have them acapellas, bro. Swear down.
That's what I mean. So, alright, so Juice WRLD, Triple X.
Yeah.
And then, who are like the other three all time that you want to, or not even all time, but aspire to work with?
Yeah. Roddy Rich, 100%. I'd love to get in a studio with Bryson Tiller, just because I think me and him would flow, to be honest, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love that R&B kind of thing.
And he uses like the Jay Dilla type beats in it, in terms of like what was the album called now?
The first one.
Yeah.
Trap Song.
Yes. That one where he's got the Let me get it up, because I don't even want to sound like an idiot. Because the tracks in my head, and the reason that I listen to this flipping, stop that one, don't want to get no copyright stuff. But yeah, flipping that 10-9-14.
Oh yeah.
Hard. But I didn't even like when Bryson Tiller first came out. I was like, nah, this guy's a bit dead. And then obviously, man, I had a girlfriend at the time, and she brought me in, and I had to listen to it. But when I listened to it, I was like, rah, this guy's actually sick.
Yeah.
So I see that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got two more.
Two more.
Two.
The Weeknd. Just different, can do everything in. I've heard him on every style beat. Do you know what I mean? It can't go wrong. And the last one. I'm not even sure, you know, bro. I feel like. I got my one. Shut up. I don't even know. Nah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably say. I'd love to work with Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Definitely. I just like his sound in it. It's just very unique. Like just his voice in it. His voice is just different in it.
Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the main questions for you that I had, because obviously I know what your dad does.
Yeah.
Because you explained it before when we was in the studio. But like, is it challenging for you trying to follow in your dad's footsteps?
Yeah, it is. Because my dad in Leeds, like, in his generation, like, do you know what I mean? He's a big name, like, me and my dad don't even discuss these kind of things, but do you know what I mean? He is blatantly a big name, I know this, you know what I mean? But I just feel like, instead of trying to, like, emulate what he's kind of done, I'm kind of like, because obviously my dad, he was an artist really, innit, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of taking the other approach of being a producer, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect in no negative way. I aim to do better than what my dad did. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I want to be, do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be producing for every big name on the radio, really. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've just got, I think I've just got high aspirations. And no disrespect to my dad, but I'm trying to do better than him.
That I wouldn't see that as disrespect. I'd be seeing that as something, obviously, as a compliment more than anything. Because obviously...
But my dad's done a lot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
He's done loads, man.
I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah,
I'm gonna draw the attention to that picture in the background. Like, for anybody who grew up in my era and like the era before me and whatnot, Faithless. If you know who Faithless is, I'll try and put a little sample because I don't want to get the copyright again. But yo,
we'll get it cleared, bro. It's coming.
Yeah.
He wrote that album.
You get me?
Yeah.
You get me? So when I put this picture, I'll do a close up properly in it. But like, you'll see that he got 1 million sold. You get me?
Yeah.
Platinum plaques.
Yeah.
You don't see many people, or I don't know anybody who's got platinum plaques. You get me?
Yeah.
So that is major, and obviously, if you're trying to emulate that and get further than that, that's positive. If anything,
100%. No, you are right. You are right.
Because obviously, he set the level for you.
Yeah.
For you to now try and beat him, and obviously, when you do, if you was to beat him. Touch wood.
Yeah, I will.
Speak it into the...
Not even I will.
Right, that's what I like. You get me? You see, that's what I like. I like that. So when you do beat that, and let's say you got 2 platinum plaques, 3 platinum plaques, 5 maybe even 10. Who knows? The sky is the limit. You get me?
Bro.
But when you do that, he will rate you more because obviously he set the levels, and you've beat the levels. So then, you want to explain who your dad is?
My dad is a great guy. We have a rocky relationship, to say the least. However, like I wouldn't be doing what I do right now if it wasn't for my dad. Like he produced his own music. He can sing, he raps, he does everything. He obviously, like I say, he wrote that album there. He's wrote for so many people, bro. Like I can't keep count of it. You know what I'm saying? He told me this somewhere, a photo with Lily Allen playing with my cheeks as a kid or something, because he wrote a couple of tracks for her album. A guy called Horace Andy, reggae artist, is writing for him at the moment. My man knows it. He's doing he does bits, bro. He's done a madness, swear down. Got a lot of love for my dad, bro. Like I'm blessed to have the dad I have, because I wouldn't have all of this shit here, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And obviously that obviously helps that, as you've been saying throughout the whole internship.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get Oscar to make a beat in 5 minutes here, and a little challenge, something different for the channel, innit? 5 minutes challenge. Let's make a beat. See what it comes up with. See what you guys think, innit? Drop a comment if you like. So Oscar, what type of beat do you wanna produce?
What do you wanna hear, bro?
Alright, you know what? Seeing as you've been talking about like the old school and stuff like that, I don't want you to make just a typical trap beat, yeah? I want you to make one of these old school rap beats, like a J Dilla type something for the people to understand Wagwan, innit?
Sample and everything, yeah?
Samples, if you want to do that, you could. Hey, this is your thing, innit? So the 5 minutes, yeah, is gonna start. Go.
Got me on the spot, you know. Don't even know what I'm about to sample either, bro.
Bruv, I'll leave that to you, bro.
I haven't got time to be thinking about this.
Yeah, we're back in there.
Carry on, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, bro. It's like I'll only quantize the first note.
Yeah.
Through these now. So what you saying for a sample, bro?
Alright, you know what? I want to hear something Erykah Baduish.
Yeah.
Erykah Baduish. Yo, she just, you know how much of her incense she just sold? Of her vagina, bro.
What?
Yeah,
the incense. Bro, I swear down, the incense, the smell of her vagina, fam.
Oh,
she just sold like 1 million already.
I know, fam. I know.
That's the maddest shit.
Bro, literally, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, eh? Like, how? That's what I'm saying, there's money to be made in anything, fam. Like, all her scent.
Bro, I don't even know what all these are. How long? 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes left.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
You see what I'm saying? It's mad. Minutes and 7 seconds.
4 minutes. Can we make a next one?
Yo, nah, it's wild, it's wild. Do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Do your thing, do your thing.
7 minutes then, bro.
Rah.
I say rah.
God damn. Alright. Alright.
Yeah, sequences for you.
Yeah, do your little tune ups, and yeah, some man did it in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Shit, then. Shitting on everybody. It's wild.
That's podcast beat done.
Yo, man, all saved it and everything, you know. Shit.
Don't really save a lot of beats, you know, bro.
Alright. So we got. Yo, you did that in 7 minutes and 20 seconds, and you pretty much completed it in, let's say, 8 minutes 20.
Yeah, man.
God damn. Yeah, you got exclusive for the people then.
That's how you're getting.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? When people are listening to your beats, what are they looking out for? What's your signature slime? So you got
the feeling, bro.
What? Nah, what am I saying? Like, yeah, what's your tag? What's your tag? So the people, next time the people are listening to music and they hear your tag, what are they looking for?
Oscar on the beat.
Alright then. So you know,
Little cousin.
alright, you know if it's an Oscar on the Beat Productions, yo, certified, you're hearing that. So keep an eye out, people. You're gonna be hearing that a lot more.
100%.
Exactly.
100.
100, baby. So, right. Well, now that we've done the little.
Oscar on the beat. Oscar on the beat.